an absolute drum roll for the international drag royalty joining us on the show tonight. I am beyond excited to say that none other than Jinkx, Monsoon and BenDeLaCreme are joining us by the miracle of technology, deep from the bowels of a rehearsal room somewhere in, where are you at the moment? Seattle?
Seattle, Washington.
Yes.
Excellent.
But more importantly, we're here with you because technology has allowed us to bridge the ocean that we're about to traverse.
Exactly. So you're going to bring your super successful show over for the holiday season, which I think we're teetering towards it at the moment. It's all very autumnal suddenly in the UK, which means it's going to be winter in about 2 minutes. And you're going to be bringing the Jinkx and Dela holiday show over. You're working on it at the moment, ready to fire it out of the cannon. What can we expect?
You know, we've been doing this show for about 5 years now. We've put out a full feature film, which you can see at jinxanddela.com. We've taken the holiday tropes and the spirit of the season to wild lengths as two drag performers. And this year, you know, there's nowhere to go but even further against the grain. So we've got one of our most bombastic, exciting shows. We're bringing a full cast of dancers to the UK for the first time. And I'm still riding high off of some recent
maybe
energy I received.
Wait, why? What happened?
I know, what is that? Maybe you want to just tell us what that might have been.
But I just, you know, if anyone out there hasn't ever seen us perform together before, or has seen us perform together before and thought, you know, like once is enough. No, I'm telling you, this is the year to see us do our thing, because we are both radiating some powerful energy.
It's pretty out of control. We, you know, if you haven't seen the holiday show, it's something where we just take everything that you love or hate about the holidays and turn it on its head and make it something, you know, I mean, some of the people who love the show most are the people who dislike the holidays most, but we've got, you know, but it's there for holiday lovers too. And it's all spectacle and glamour and fun and live singing and original songs and parodies, but also, you know, it's got a lot of heart, because really what we're there to say is that this is a good time to gather together as a community with your chosen family, and that's what we do live in the theater.
And also, when it's been something that's been denied us for very good reason, but for a very long time, that idea of the kind of the collective experience and being in that shared space together, blooming exciting. So no, you're touring. You've got US and Canadian dates. You're coming to the UK. You're coming to Manchester and Sheffield, and most importantly, down to glorious Sussex by the sea, and coming to Brighton. I mean, you're not allowed to say that you have favourite places in the UK to come to, but where are your favourite places in the UK to come to?
Well, you know, I have to say, as much as I love spending time in London and working there, it's a little too much city for me. And so when I was very earnestly considering moving to the UK, Brighton was my destination. But then again, I met my husband in Manchester, so, you know, it's a toss-up between the two. But it kind of reminds me of Portland and Seattle in the States, because I grew up in Portland, lived in Seattle, now I live in Portland again. I'm just always going to ping pong back and forth between these.
This is a very political topic for Jinkx. She's got a lot of various factors.
I was going to say it was a very political, you know, it's a politician's answer there, skillfully delivered, but that's allowed. That's allowed. And perhaps for someone who hasn't seen the pair of you working together, what can people expect, or what should they be bracing themselves for?
Well, you know, I think Jinkx and I really complement each other's styles. We bring our own angles to what we do, but we're very steeped in the long tradition of drag that truly is theatrical and comedic and vaudevillian. It's something that I think very much resonates with UK audiences in terms of the traditions of your drag personae over the decades. But it's also something that we bring a really unique spin to. And I think that what audiences have responded to really strongly is There's sort of electricity between us. I mean, we've been working together for over a decade. And I think that as a comedic pairing, we really bring the best out in each other. And some of my favorite reviews and compliments we've gotten about the show are really about the sort of uniqueness and fierceness of this comedic pairing.
Yeah, and I've been saying it a lot this year because it's really been resonating with me, but authenticity. You know, we are we're the production team as well as the creative team as well as the performers. Dela's like the director, head producer. We write the show, you know. So we have our hands in every aspect of this. This is literally our baby. So if fan fiction wants to know what our baby would look like, it's the Jinkx and Dela holiday show.
It's not actually literally a baby. You will not literally be looking at a baby. It's a show.
But what I love about that is everything about it from start to finish remains very authentic to us. And I think we are at this point right now in culture and arts and entertainment where we are just so hungry for authenticity because there's so much, you know, there's a billion new platforms, there's billion new TV shows every day. It's hard to find stuff that actually resonates with you because so much of it is being churned out. And what I like about what we create is that it is 100% for us, by us, for and by the queer community.
I mean, straight people can tag along too. But.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And who knows, by exposure, there may be things to learn and develop and explore. I want to ask you both, are we in a golden age of drag?
I think that, you know, the reality is that we are in a golden age in the sense that we have further reach than we've ever had, thanks to obviously television, streaming, certain reality shows, but also just the internet in general. And which is great because not only has it exposed more people to drag who wouldn't necessarily have been thought it would be something they'd be into in the past, but it's also, I think more importantly, linked a lot of queer people and made young queer people who are interested in this type of thing feel less isolated, which I think is great. So in that sense, yes. In a different sense, there has been so much incredible drag performance for so many decades that was just as strong and exciting and interesting. And what's cool right now is that more people are being let into that. But I always encourage people to look back at all the cool stuff that's come before the drag boom and to also tune into all the cool local stuff that's happening because it's just as important as what's happening on a higher platform. That said, come and see the Jinkx and Dela holiday show.
Yeah, I'd say we're in a golden age, but we still have a lot like that. It would imply that this is the peak or the apex, and I think we still have a lot farther we can go as drag entertainers. And I'll say we're in a golden age when more of us have Emmys, when some of us have Oscars and Grammys and Tonys, you know. I think we've still...
Well, you had an Oscar and a Tony.
Oh, well. And an Emmy, but who's counting? But yeah, come see the Jinkx and Dela holiday.
I think you're just about staying within my broadcast guidelines there. And a brief moment, if I can, just to ask about the power of winning to All Stars. What has that done?
What are you guys talking about?
The power is that as a highly anxious, very self-critical person who is always striving to be better than who I was yesterday and striving to be an effective artist, this year I got a big thumbs up from my community to tell me to keep doing what I'm doing. And that's what that win means. And I hope in a decade from now, I've done something similar, you know, like I hope 10 years from now I win another competition. Hell, bring it on every 10 years.
I think we're coming back to the Oscars and the Emmys again, I think. And yeah, because I think I'm going to be really interested to see actually who I can imagine already the audiences are going to be coming to you, particularly in your South Coast shows down here in Sussex, where there is such a vibrant and really emerging and young drag community. But we also are home to Maisie Trollet, the oldest performing drag artiste in Europe. She's now turned 90. I hope I've got that right, or she'll come around and tell me off. But yeah, I really, I can't wait to see who people are in the audience who want to come and see you and connect with you, but also who wants to come and celebrate the holidays.
Yeah, I mean, I hope she's there with us, because that's, I mean, one thing that Jinkx and I have really valued is staying connected. I was already sort of talking about the queens that came before us, but really honoring the sort of the traditions of the queens who have come in the past. And so I hope she's there, and I hope she feels the love we have for the art form that she was there pioneering.
Absolutely. It's such a pleasure to have you both on the show. I know that you're rehearsing your butts off at the moment, so thank you. It's massively appreciated. And just a quick word on dates so you can get booking. You can find the Jinkx and Dela holiday show coming to the UK, kicking off on the 17th, but it's sold out, I have to warn you, but you might be able to get returns if you're based in London. But they'll be coming to the Brighton Dome on November the 20th, and I will be in the front row screaming, whether you want it or not.
We want it. Bring it on. We're ready.
Fantastic.
Jinkx will scream right back, though. I'm warning you now.
Break a leg for your opening night, and we can't wait to welcome you both to the UK. The incredible, delightful Jinkx Monsoon and BenDeLaCreme. We'll see you in the UK soon.
See you soon. Thank you so much.
BBC Radio Sussex.